game, it felt like that low ceiling led to some pretty crazy shenanigans, but it feels like as the metas evolve, players have been living longer and longer on here despite the shorter ceiling.
S1 is actually a very unique Ness. He's one of those like super high-speed, aggressive, technical Ness players. He likes to go for many different cancels with side backman. He likes to like do a lot of downer cancels. His specialty, right, is that he'll try to do a lot of different feints with downer. So he'll make it seem like he's doing an aerial because downer has this weird thing that it does kind of like a little flash when it kind of comes out, but it gets canceled. So then you might think it's a forwarder or something else. He also has a lot of very tricky up B movement, as you can tell right now.
Put on great pressure on Griffith, really pinning him to the ledge. And it feels like when someone says you pinned Bayonetta to the ledge, that just sounds like it's not true. He has a lot of ways to get off the ledge, but S1 showing it right now, getting a small lead. But here comes Griffith right back, trying to get the read on that DI with the afterburner kick. Not this time.
Oh,
but
he got the read. He got the read. So what he did right there is that out of a B, he jumped side B to cut. Because the last 2 times he got hit by a B, he was DIing up, and then he immediately jumped out of side B to catch the jump. A lot of Bayonetta players, what they do is that they'll combo you a few times and see what you do. So he did that at middle percent. He knows he's not going to kill him at middle percent, but he waited until the right opportunity to catch the high DI. He actually missed the combo, but if he proceeded correctly, that should have been a KO.
Wise play coming out from Griffith, and this is evened up very nicely here. S1 getting center stage, though, and trying to put on some pressure. Here comes Griffith right back with a back air, sending Ness flying. Now Ness is stuck at the ledge.
See, I love the fact that he went for back air instead of up air because up air was too hard to hit, neutral was too weak. The reason he went for back air, I want to say, is because it's really good to get Ness off the level. Pretty much every time you get a throw, you want to throw Ness off the level. When you have him at disadvantage off the level, it's the easiest time to kill him with an edge guard. Picks up the edge guard, gets the kill.
Yeah, you see how slow that kid moves in the air. He's very floaty, doesn't have too much aerial drift in any which direction. He has those explosive aerials, but you need to be planted on the ground first to get yourself in a position to do it. And so then Bayonetta, using her air mobility as she does, finds the stop.
What I think makes... Oh, here we go. This is actually very dangerous because he jumped from the ledge. That downer, if he was a little bit faster, that could have been actually a KO because even if he had a double jump in that scenario, which he actually jumped from the ledge, that would have been probably game 1, actually.
Yeah, but avoiding it this time is S1. He's in that percentage range, maybe looking for a grab, looking for an up air. The back throw from center stage, like you're saying, that's a heck of a KO throw.
The way you know what I like about that play is that he run up to Griffith and then he did a sharp upper to catch the jump run up B, which is a read, and then he immediately ran away from him and then did a pivot grab catching the landing because Griffith jumped into him. So he covered both spaces really well. He approached at the same time and then covered the exit. I like that a lot. Oh, reading the high DI.
Oh, continuing.
He actually made a read right after he stopped the combo and then delayed a little bit and then caught him with the side B. I like this.
Yeah, Griffith playing very well in the advantage state here versus S1, but those jabs are going to buy him a lot of time. Get him back into center stage. Back air, going to go over the dash attack and actually seal the deal.
I feel like that was not too optimal of a DI. I feel like it was like good correctional DI, but I feel like he had a very small chance to start. Like it looked like he went to the blast zone and then he barely died. Maybe he did something. Maybe he input an attack or something. But it looked a little weird to me. I feel like he should have survived that.
Yeah, I was shocked. That was like center.
It was.
Of stage.
Very was.
But that's going to be Ness going down a game. Griffith's Bayonetta showing up at the moment. Let's see where the counter picks land. What do you think Ness is going to take to? You said you like Smashville.
Well, if Griffith doesn't like Smashville, which I think is the wisest pick to ban, he's going to ban Smashville, and then we might go to, let's say, FD. It's a good pick against Bayonetta. Most Bayonetta players don't like FD. It depends how comfortable the Ness player is, because if you go to FD, you can't land. So if you're getting juggle and all that stuff and this kind of floaty, you're actually kind of trapped in the air. I wouldn't feel comfortable with that, but then again, it all comes down to player preference. Sometimes it's not about picking the correct ban or the correct counter pick or whatever. It's more about what you feel like you should do.
Oh, and pulling out that baseball bat. That was a great sequence out the gate there for S1. Really putting on the pressure with that throw combo, starting things off. PK Thunder 2. Keeping Bayonetta at bay at the ledge. Also avoiding that witch time on the side, and led to a really quick 50%, only 30 seconds gone.
The way I see S1 is spacing it actually really catches my attention because he's doing a lot of double jump. You know how like in previous Smash games, if you did a double jump, you could actually cancel the double jump and then do like an aerial, kind of like in Melee? Well, in Smash 4, right, if you double jump immediately as you do an aerial, what happens is that you don't double jump cancel like in the past, but instead, you can kind of like drift your aerial momentum so you can jump forward and then double jump back.
Right.
So that creates some very interesting scenarios. The problem is that if you get caught out of a double jump and you're Ness, you might die. But I see S1 actually opting for a lot of double jump pressure in the neutral. To me, it seems like he's a very comfortable player with the way he's playing. He's not afraid of getting gimped. And I like that. He's confident, he's aggressive, and it's actually showing in this game. He's actually keeping up the pressure really well.
Definitely holding that center stage excellently at the moment. And there you go, using the side magnet to cancel, where that double jump cancel would have been a thing in previous games.
And he also reversed himself, so then he gets a backer to space it out.
Excellent play, and he does find that pivot grab once more from center stage, taking the stock.
It seems to be very consistent around 120, 120, 125 or something like that towards the middle of the stage, even without rage, or like low rage at least. 50% is not that much of rage, doesn't make that big of a difference. It seems to be a very consistent kill setup. He seems to be specifically looking for that.
Using that skid animation from Ness as well. It kind of reminds me of Allies Mario, how he would always do those skids, really mixing people up and getting a quick turnaround. Okay, that was a tech chase.
He probably expected him to tech in place. If he tech in place, that forward smash would have hit. So it's not a bad play. I mean, if
he teched in place, I think it would have tippered too.
Right. I mean, I like this kind of plays because it's like you have a big lead and it's kind of like investing, right? So like you have a big lead and you have space to lose, right? So then you make a gamble, right? So you're not afraid of losing the current what you have right now because you have a lead, because you have more chips than the other player.
Yeah, you have to measure the risk and reward of that, and the reward would have been great, but here comes Witch Time.
Tech. That was a tech. Ooh, that was a tech.
Another one.
He teched and then air dodge, which is actually from Witch Time. That's godlike.
Yeah. You know what? Oh, okay. S1 is gonna make it back. Maybe we'll find out.
No, he's dead.
No, he's super dead. You know, but you mentioned that. I've seen a lot of Sonics do that with their spin dashes because, you know, they always want to Witch Time the spin dash or the spin charge. And so they just jump and immediately air dodge out of the spin dash. And then during the entirety of the Witch Time animation, you're in the air dodge, and you can't actually get hit until afterwards.
Correct. Yes, because it makes your air dodge kind of like you stay there for a long time, and then you don't really have an opportunity, a solid opportunity to punish.
Or at least a very small window.
The thing about Witch Time is that, while it is one of the, arguably the best move in the game, it's one of those moves that if you spam it incorrectly, it actually makes it worse over time.
Right.
And it has... The Bayonetta for a certain period of time will have to play without Witch Time, or at least not without the reward that it comes with. So it does reward you for baiting out the Witch Time correctly. Like after she whiffs a punish, or like whiffs the Witch Time itself, you can actually go in for a punish. Or like at least play more aggressive, because usually you have to be very campy against
the Witch Time duration will go down considerably, and it'll make the punish less strong, especially at this like 60% window. But that back throw,
no
not quite.
No pummel, I'm surprised. I feel like one pummel or two would have done it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That was very close to taking the stock.
It doesn't matter from where he gets grabbed, a back throw will, unless it's the complete opposite side of the stage. But
yeah, but you see that little like kind of glowing circle in the center? That's S1 has not really given up that spot, and you see it clash come through. That is the stock, and now the set is even.
He did a double jump rising backer into a landing backer. How confident is that? How confident is that? Like you're willingly double jumping on a stage with no platforms as Ness against Bayo. That's a very confident player. Like I really enjoy S1's playstyle because he's not afraid to go for the like sometimes you may argue people should play a certain way or maybe they should play another way. You know, we always argue about what's the correct and optimal way to play.
Right.
But what I like about certain players is that they don't care about that. They want to play the way they want to play, and S1 is one of those people.
And it's working for him right now. Even up this set, it is going to be Griffith's counter pick. We could see triplats come out.
Correct. I think I'm of the opinion that Bayonetta's best stage is Lilat. I think it's Lilat. And unless he bans Lilat, he should be going for triplats. So either Battlefield or Dreamland, whatever is your cup of tea. And Battlefield, it's easier to camp because the platforms, the stage, seems like Dreamland seems more stuck together, whereas Battlefield, I feel like I have more space. There's more space to run around between the platforms, so it's easier to go for a more defensive playstyle. On Dreamland, however, I feel like it's more platforms and a more aggressive playstyle. The blast zone is also lower than on Battlefield, so early kills are easier. So that's good for Bayonetta as well.
You also give that to your opponent, and it's kind of scary when a Ness back throw will kill you at 100 from like the side of Dreamland.
Yeah.
So I don't blame the Battlefield pick here at all as the triplat du jour for Griffith. Right now, this is kind of a much slower paced start to this game 3 than the previous one. We see Griffith really using these triplats to the full advantage, skating away with these afterburner kicks.
Yeah, both players actually tied up 39-39, almost a minute into this game, and they barely have hit each other for a combined almost, I don't know, 90%. I like the pace of the game is being slowed down mainly because of the battlefield pick. Like I feel like Griffith picked the stage with mind that he wants to slow down the game. I like when players are adapting and they slow. Because sometimes when I'm playing people, I think to myself, I think if I play more aggressive, this player will break down. If I play more campy, this player will break down. And when you see adaptations in different playstyle, because Griffith was playing more aggressive in the first game, now he's notoriously playing more, not necessarily camping, but just with punishing, waiting more, taking more patience at every turn, and I like it. You can see the adaptation throughout the set right here, right now.
But now S1 has the stage for his control, but used that PK Thunder 2 to sneak away, and that. Ooh, okay, chasing with the up air though. I did like that.
Up throw is actually very strong on the platform. So if you get caught up on a platform like that, and you get up throw, it can actually kill you.
Battlefield did come a little bit in the clutch there for Griffith, staying alive, but now going for the edge guard pressure, giving up the stage a little bit, but Griffith's gonna take it right back with that combination.
Yeah, if that was actually Dreamland, he would have died from that up throw. So that's a big deal.
Now S1's got that center again.
Yeah, you know what's crazy about him is that he actually keeps getting stage control. Like, yep, he baited the jump. He baited the jump.
That's the ally skid. Working out for S1 excellently.
So the ally skidders, right? It's when you drift towards an opponent and then stop and then keep going or go to the left. So it messes them up because you're running at them, so you have to make a decision. Yeah, if someone's running, you have to make a decision. And then they stop halfway through and then they go one random way and they do something. The ally skid is always followed by something. So that's the way it's scary.
Griffith looking to take this control back, but another quick combo, 60% in the blink of an eye, I feel like here. Griffith maybe falling apart, getting knocked away. Okay, that PK Fire would have been a very high reward. Speaking of high reward, you got the baseball bat coming out again. Not going to find the mark here.
I feel like he's fishing for fair 1 into 4 smash. That's what I feel like he's fishing for, a kill setup. He gets the wish near the ledge, picks up the kill. At this point, though, I feel like the most reliable way to win the game for Griffith is that he needs to throw Ness off the level, go for a game. Oh, here we go. Throw him off the level. The thing is that Ness is one of those characters that has a lot of power, has consistency. He actually Ness has a lot of really good things about him. He's a floaty, so he doesn't get combo as hard as most characters. The quicker you fall to the ground, the easier it is for you to get combo.
Speaking of combos, here comes Bayonetta, but going to miss that back air follow-up. Looking to, again, knock that Ness off the stage. Continue the pressure in that regard horizontally instead of going for a vertical Bayo string.
He went for a neutral because he wanted to throw him off the level as well. Battlefield's ceiling is too big to go for a kill right now. Although the game is tied right now. If a wish time happens, you can actually kill. So, yeah, this is straight up even.
Yeah, S1's got to respect that. But of course, the duration of that wish time is a little bit slower, but it won't even matter. Coming through again. I've seen that drop down, hop over, up air just do so much work for S1 today.
Yeah, he's a fan of the whiff punish strategy, where like you go towards your opponent and then you drift back at the last second, then you throw a move. He actually did a cross up there because he did a short hop up air to land behind him. So even if the wish time, even if he actually blocked the up air, he would still be behind the Bayonetta. So then like it's a lot easier for you to like be safe from that position because you're behind them. And Ness's upper hitbox is actually tremendous. So like when you cross someone up from behind, you can't really up B at a shield as Bayonetta. Like they're just
it's
too
hard
far.
to punish.
Yes, it is hard to punish.
Even with one of the best punish moves in the game, Witch Twist.
I feel like we might be going... No, we're actually going back to Town City. All right.
Looks like Griffith wants access to that lower ceiling, this different platform layout. Try to find a different angle of attack in on this Ness.
I'm actually surprised he let him go back to Town City because this is the stage that S1 lost on.
And a quick combo right back. Oh, and looked like that tech chase was there almost.
One thing that I'm noticing is that S1 doesn't really go for Peaky Thunder combos. You remember Gak when like every time he got you into an upper juggle, he will go for like an up B to maybe catch your
He'd be on the platform, turn the Peaky Thunder all the way around and psych you out.
Yeah, I feel like he's going for a lot of actual hits. Maybe it's because it's Bayonetta, so it's a lot more risky to throw out the Peaky Thunder because you can get wish time, so maybe it's a little more dangerous. But I'm not noticing too much Peaky Thunder pressure itself. I'm noticing more grabs, more uppers. He's more of a ground-based player that's like using the movement of Ness in general to position himself correctly. And just as I said, no Peaky Thunder, and we see the Peaky Thunder.
He goes for it in that situation where it's guaranteed, really. Just a little bit of extra free chip damage that you can get during Bayonetta's recovery. You can't really Gimper with it if you just get the Thunder 1. But it's free damage, and it's one of the few projectiles that's really easy, actually, at hitting those afterburner kicks at the right angle.
I mean, I like it. I feel like he's doing what he knows works. I feel like he has the plan. Like, while I'm watching this one, he has the plan. I like that. I like that. He's not actually, like, if you watch him play, you don't think to yourself, You know what? Maybe he doesn't know what he's doing, or maybe he's like freaking out, or maybe he's not familiar with the matchup. You can tell this man has a plan. He knows his percents. He's doing certain setups with certain percents. He's not using Pinky Thumb in this scenario. I like it. He came here with a plan. He came to win.
And he's ahead here again from downtown. Yes, the back throw. Doesn't even need to turn it around for Town and City. There it goes. And one stock away from moving on in this loser's top 8. And that cross-up roll works again here for S1. He finds center stage, even though Griffith had the invulnerability and had the moment to pressure.
What I'm noticing from S1... Oh!
Okay.
I feel like he wanted to hit from above, like in his head, so he can like go into tumble, and then he can just go into the ground and like roll away. Up air, grab. Oh, that was like... I feel like I want to say that was a grab.
Maybe. That could have been sometimes Z turns into weird inputs.
Yeah, sometimes you can like mess up your grab and then you can tilt with Z.
Yeah,
so I feel like that's what happened.
Down tilt up air, not enough, and falling back with the aggressive option here. I like that from S1.
That was very confident. Yeah, that was very confident. Especially if you're coming down and just attacking Bayonetta straight up. Bayonetta is extremely good from when she's below opponents. Which twist and her up air just pretty much win most battles in the game.
Oh, okay, that was like a tomahawk, I think, onto that platform, called out by Griffith. But he's in a bad position again, and that should do it.
Yeah, that's it.
GG's, and oh, it looks like they're going to hug it out.
Yeah, of course. Of course, yeah.
It's kind of a shame that they make it here to Chicago all the way from Europe, and they have to play each other in top 8.
I'll tell you something, right? So when Japanese players play each other, right, in Japan, or even actually specifically at a U.S. tournament, right, you might think to yourself, okay, you know what, that's a team kill, you know, you don't want to see that. But in reality, Japanese players, when they see other Japanese players playing, they don't cheer. They let them fight, and whoever wins actually deserves to continue going at the tournament. It's like they give them power to keep going. It's like, yeah, so...
You have to earn it.
Like, yeah.